Close your eyes for a moment and listen. Not with your ears, but with the stillness of your inner being. There is a voice beyond all noise, a voice that does not shout, but speaks with the quiet certainty of truth. That voice says to you now, I will be sending $110 million in cash to your bank account today. Do not question how. Do not question when. Do not question whether you are worthy. Simply hear it. Simply accept it. Simply allow it. The universe is speaking in the language of certainty. It does not speak in the tongue of doubt. It does not hesitate or stutter. When it declares something, that declaration is already complete. When the unseen speaks into your heart, the thing itself has already moved from the invisible to the visible, from the intangible to the tangible, from thought into flesh, from dream into fact. If the universe says you shall receive, then you shall. The only task left for you is to align with the vibration of already having it. Feel into this moment, not the past, not the future, but the eternal now. Can you sense the energy that surrounds you? It is the same energy that moves planets, that grows trees, that commands oceans, that writes every destiny. That same energy is flowing toward you now in the form of unimaginable wealth. $110 million is not difficult for the infinite. It is no more complex than $1. To the infinite, there is no degree of difficulty. There is only expression. What seems like an impossible fortune to the rational mind is a simple rearrangement of energy to the infinite mind. You are being asked to release your resistance. You are being invited to stop telling stories of lack, to stop holding the memory of struggle, to stop rehearsing the song of limitation. For as long as you repeat the melody of poverty, your heart cannot hear the symphony of wealth. But the moment you silence the noise of doubt and begin to listen deeply, you hear that voice again. I will be sending $110 million in cash to your bank account today. Now let me ask you, if that voice were real to you, completely real, how would you feel? How would you walk? How would you breathe? How would you speak to others? How would you carry yourself in this very moment? Would you not feel lighter? Would you not feel more relaxed? More at ease, more powerful? That is the key. To step into the assumption of already being the millionaire. To walk as though it is already done. To breathe as though it is already deposited. To rest as though the money has already been sent. You may say, but I do not see it yet. And yet the truth is, you do not need to see it with your outer eyes to know that it exists. The invisible is the womb of all that becomes visible. Every building, every invention, every piece of art, every fortune began unseen. The unseen is more real than the seen. If you can hold it within, you will hold it without. If you can claim it in consciousness, the world must bow to your claim. The universe does not lie. The infinite does not tease. That whisper within you that tells you of vast riches. That gentle inner assurance that says, today your account shall swell with $110 million, is not a fantasy. It is the seed of reality planted in your soul. You have only to water it with belief, nurture it with joy, and protect it from the weeds of doubt. Imagine it now. Picture your phone in your hand. Picture opening your banking app. See the numbers not as they are but as they will be. Do not imagine with strain. Imagine with ease. Feel the surge of excitement, the shock that soon turns into laughter, the laughter that turns into tears, the tears that turn into gratitude. You have waited, you have believed, and now you are seeing. Let that scene replay in your inner vision until it feels more real than the so-called facts around you. $110 million. Can you see what it looks like written across your balance? Can you feel the security, the freedom, the endless possibility? Do you know how many lives you will bless? How many dreams you will bring to life? How many burdens you will lift? This fortune is not only for you, though it belongs to you. It is also for the expansion of others. Wealth flows best when it circulates. The more you allow it to move through you, the more it multiplies. Release the old belief that wealth must come through hard labor. Release the false idea that you must suffer, sacrifice, or prove yourself worthy. These are illusions taught by those who themselves lived under illusions. The truth is simple. Wealth is a state of consciousness. Money is simply energy that responds to your inner command. When you hold the feeling of having, the form of money must appear. When you believe deeply enough, the entire fabric of reality rearranges itself to reflect your belief. There is a law operating here, a law that cannot fail. As within, so without. What you accept inwardly must be expressed outwardly. The universe is precise, exact and unchanging in its operation. It does not give randomly, nor does it withhold arbitrarily. It mirrors consciousness. Therefore, if your inner speech repeats, "I am rich, I am abundant, I am receiving $110 million today," then the outer world must echo it back. You have spoken words of lack for too long. You have prayed as though begging a distant power. But now you are awakening. Now you understand that you are not separate from the source. You and the universe are one. The words you speak to yourself are the commands of creation. And now you speak with authority. I am wealthy beyond measure. I am the possessor of $110 million. It is already mine. It is already done. Do you feel the shift, the tingling in your chest, the quickening of your heartbeat, the warmth that spreads when you let yourself believe? That is the vibration of alignment. That is the universe responding to your acceptance. You are stepping into the dimension where it is already true. And once you step there inwardly, the outer world cannot resist. Do not concern yourself with the channel through which it comes. Do not attempt to dictate whether it arrives through business, investment, lottery, inheritance or gift. Leave the channel to the infinite. Your only work is assumption. Your only duty is to occupy the state of the wealthy one, the millionaire many times over, the one who already has $110 million in their account. When you fully take on that role within, the play of life will cast the outer events accordingly. Look back upon your life and you will see that every major change, every breakthrough, began with a shift within you before the evidence appeared outside you. First you imagined, then you lived it. This moment is no different. Today is the day you accept the unimaginable fortune as already yours. Today is the day you stop waiting and start living in the end. Today is the day you agree with the universe when it says, "I will be sending $110 million in cash to your bank account today." Breathe deeply. Inhale wealth, exhale doubt. Inhale certainty, exhale fear. Inhale abundance, exhale limitation. Feel the atmosphere around you thick with prosperity, as though the very air is charged with golden light. You are swimming in an ocean of wealth. There is no lack, no shortage, no scarcity. There is only infinite supply, waiting for you to claim it. The moment you claim it, the wheels turn, the unseen gears begin to move. People you have never met are drawn into your life. Opportunities you could not have planned unfold in perfect timing. Events align with effortless precision. You will look back in awe at how it all came together. But you will also know it was no accident. You will know that it was your acceptance that set it all in motion. Do not be surprised if you begin to see signs almost instantly, unexpected checks, gifts, opportunities, sudden shifts in circumstances. These are the shadows of the great reality moving toward you. Do not dismiss them as small. Celebrate them as evidence that the great deposit is already on its way. Every sign is proof that the universe is faithful to its word. Hold steady. The outer may still reflect the old state for a time, but that is only residue. Do not return to doubt because of appearances. Appearances are nothing more than echoes of past belief. What matters is the new seed planted now. Hold to it, nourish it, persist in it, and the harvest must come. The money is not outside of you. It is already yours within. The bank account is only the outer symbol. The real wealth is the consciousness of wealth. When you possess it inside, nothing can stop the outer from catching up. The universe does not delay. It only waits for you to accept. So accept now. Say within yourself with calm assurance, $110 million has been deposited into my account today. I see it. I feel it. I know it. I am grateful. I am rich. I am free. Speak it again and again until it saturates your being, until it becomes the only reality to you. Gratitude is the seal. When you give thanks for something as though it has already happened, you complete the circuit. Gratitude is the proof of faith. Give thanks now. Let your heart overflow with appreciation, not as though it will come, but as though it already has. Smile as the wealthy one smiles. Relax as the wealthy one relaxes. Live as the wealthy one lives. And now the declaration echoes once more, louder and clearer than before. I will be sending $110 billion in cash to your bank account today. This is not a wish. This is a decree. This is not a maybe. This is certain. This is not someday. This is today. It is already written in the invisible, and soon you shall read it in the visible. Rest in this truth. Walk in this truth. Rejoice in this truth. For you are the wealthy one. You are the abundant one. You are the possessor of $110 billion, and nothing in this world can keep it from you, because it is already yours. Do you realize now that what you are experiencing is not imagination in the shallow sense, but creation in the truest sense? When you imagine, you are not playing with empty thoughts. You are commanding reality. You are writing the script that the stage of life must perform. When you imagine yourself as the millionaire already, when you accept the inner truth that $110 billion is already sitting in your account, the actors, the props, the lighting of life's drama all rearrange themselves to play out your command. This is why the universe insists on telling you directly, I will be sending $110 billion in cash to your bank account today. It is the gentle but unshakable reminder that everything you desire already exists. You are not creating something from nothing. You are simply opening your eyes to what is already prepared for you in the unseen storehouse of infinity. And so the invitation before you is simple. Live in the end. Let the end claim you so fully that the means no longer concern you. See only the finish line, and you will discover that life itself builds the road beneath your feet. Let yourself walk as though it is already done, and every step will confirm the truth of your conviction. You must decide now that doubt no longer serves you. Doubt is the thief that sneaks in when you are not watching, whispering that you are not worthy, that it cannot happen, that it is too much, too far, too impossible. But what is impossible to the infinite? What limit can be placed on boundless supply? What is too much for the very force that created universes? Doubt dissolves the moment you see it for what it is. A shadow with no substance, a ghost of past conditioning. Instead of doubt, let certainty fill you. Certainty does not strain. It does not beg. It does not grasp. Certainty simply rests in the knowledge that it is done. Certainty smiles. Certainty celebrates. Certainty lives as though the promise is already fulfilled. Because it is. You are asked not to struggle, but to rest. Not to fight, but to surrender to the truth that wealth is already yours. So hear it again. Not as a distant possibility, but as a present fact. I will be sending $110 billion in cash to your bank account today. Feel how the words land differently now. They no longer feel like a dream. They no longer feel like a dream. They no longer feel like something far away. They feel like the only logical outcome, the only natural result of who you already are. The universe is not testing you. It is not playing games. It is inviting you to claim your inheritance. You are the heir of infinite abundance. You are the chosen vessel through which this wealth flows. You are the one who receives, and the one who multiplies, and the one who blesses. Everything around you is waiting for your command. The money is already here in substance, though unseen. The moment you persist in this truth, it will crystallize before your very eyes. You will open your account, and the numbers will not surprise you. You will nod in calm recognition, because you knew all along that it was coming. This is the nature of true creation. When it arrives, it feels natural. When it appears, you do not gasp in disbelief, because disbelief has long since been replaced by acceptance. You simply say, of course, this was always mine. And that is the consciousness you are entering now. The consciousness where $110 billion is natural, normal, expected, and already done. The consciousness where you no longer ask how will it happen, but only affirm it is happening now. The consciousness where every cell in your body vibrates with wealth, where every thought echoes abundance, where every word declares prosperity. Stay here, dwell here, live here. For as long as you remain in this state, nothing can stop the manifestation from appearing. As you remain in this state, notice how your body softens. Notice how your breathing deepens. Notice how your shoulders relax as though an immense burden has just been lifted. For indeed it has. The burden of struggle, the weight of lack, the chains of limitation. They fall away in this moment. You are no longer a seeker chasing what seems distant. You are the one who has already found. You are the one who has already received. You are the one who already holds $110 billion in your account. Feel how life begins to change simply because you have shifted. The outer world has no choice but to bend to the inner truth. Already circumstances are rearranging themselves to match your new identity.
People are being moved like chess pieces into the exact positions to bring your fortune into physical form. Opportunities are being woven in secret, timed with divine precision. Even now, the transaction is written in the unseen ledger, awaiting only the moment when your acceptance becomes unshakable. If a person were to ask you today, "How much money do you have?" you no longer answer from the old state. You do not answer from the sight of your current account. You answer from the truth you now embody. "I have $110 billion in my account." And you say it not with arrogance, not with desperation, but with the calm tone of someone describing what already is. That calm tone is the vibration of certainty. That calm tone is the sound of faith turned into fact. When you begin to speak this way, when your words line up with your inner vision, something profound occurs. The subconscious mind accepts it as true, and when the subconscious accepts, the outer world must conform. There is no resistance great enough to block the decree of your inner belief. The world cannot stand against the force of consciousness. It must yield. It must obey. So continue to rehearse the reality of wealth until it no longer feels like rehearsal. Continue to imagine the numbers in your account, until the imagining feels more solid than the so-called facts. Continue to give thanks for the $110 billion, until gratitude becomes second nature. And when the evidence appears, you will realize it was never about waiting. It was always about aligning.
Do not be swayed by the voice of the skeptic within or without. They will say it is impossible, that such sums come only to a select few, that life does not work this way. But you know better now. You know that life is not governed by chance or by the opinions of others. Life is governed by consciousness, and consciousness alone. And your consciousness right now is wealth itself. The skeptic speaks from their own limitation, but you speak from the infinite. The skeptic repeats stories of lack, but you repeat declarations of abundance. The skeptic bows to appearances, but you bow to the unseen truth that shapes appearances. And because of this, you are the one who will receive. You are the one who will hold the fortune. You are the one who will live the reality that others only doubt. Let your mind linger on the feeling of being free. What does freedom feel like? It feels like waking up in the morning with no anxiety, no pressure, no fear. It feels like moving through your day with ease, with joy, with lightness. It feels like giving generously, spending freely, investing wisely, and living fully. That freedom is already yours. The money is simply the outer symbol of the inner liberty you have claimed. And so again, the voice of the universe repeats itself with unwavering conviction. I will be sending $110 million in cash to your bank account today. Let it echo within you. Let it drown out every lesser voice. Let it become the only reality you recognize. For once you accept it completely, you will look around and discover that the outer world has no choice but to echo the truth you hold inside. Notice how the repetition of this truth begins to reshape you from the inside out. The first time you heard the words, it may have sounded like wishful thinking. The second time, it may have stirred curiosity. The third, it may have awakened possibility. And now, as the voice echoes again and again, I will be sending $110 million in cash to your bank account today. It no longer feels like possibility. It feels like inevitability. The more you hear it, the more you feel it, the more natural it becomes. This is the secret of assumption. What you persist in imagining eventually becomes the only thing that feels real. The old story begins to lose its grip. The memory of struggle fades. The image of lack becomes blurry, as though it belongs to another life, another version of you, one you no longer identify with. In its place stands the clarity